Oh, another thing. My tastes are really bent whenever it comes to '80s music. Are really bent on pre-rap '80s. So basically, I have no rap in my content. And the reason why is because I never really considered rap to be music in the first place. And so even now, I can't even stand it. And there are a lot of people my age who can't stand rap music. And it just have never been able to incorporate it into what they consider music. So it just doesn't exist. And in my '80s playlist, however, I do have playlists that have rap music. It's just that you know, it's it's really not it's really not the same as the kind of the southern rock or the rock that existed. I mean, even stuff from England, English rock, um, up until about 84, 85, um, they started incorporating rap music. And the sad thing about it is that it's associated with black people. But the thing is that it's really just another type of music. And I wouldn't consider it to be the sort of stuff that I listened to in the rock. I mean, era. We had Thin Lizzy. He was black, and I mean the guy that led Thin Lizzy. And the thing is that it was something that really spoke to black people. The rap music and expressed things that needed to be expressed. But as far as music was concerned, the you didn't find a whole lot of bands that were playing stuff like Billy Squire or like I mean the kinds of music that was coming out in the early '80s. The sad thing is there wasn't. I couldn't really you couldn't really point a finger and say there were black people making this kind of music at the time and them showing up on the '80s. So it just happened to be that they were white people creating this kind of music. And although there probably were some in the '90s, there was a band that I was associated with being creating heavy music, and that was Living Color was the name of the band. It wasn't a TV show; it was a band, and they were really good. And that was kind of the band that I would expect to see in the early '80s if there had been bands like that, um, that have been like just really hard rock and music. And so that's mainly what I focus on. There was black bands at the time, like you had uh, the from the UK. You had like uh, dang it, what's their names? The Specials. You have like uh, I mean Michael Jackson, but you know that was more kind of disco. He had some hard rock and stuff. It's just the thing is that it tended to be the stuff that I liked tended to be at a time whenever the MTV was permanently focused on the kind of the mainstream, and it's still kind of that way. It tends to be kind of white people, and I don't know why it has to be that way. It just if there wasn't if it it's not racist. It's just the fact that it's that way, and so